Hi friends, Erika.tesla here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am very excited to chat with you guys about the Danessa Myricks Beauty Groundwork Defining Neutrals palette. I got this beauty off of Sephora. It was a Rouge member exclusive and I was heavily influenced by my makeup guru girly friend Glam Girl Chelsea, whose channel I will put in the description box down below, but she really inspired me to get this palette. I was really excited when I saw it come out. So as you can see, I have already been digging in here. This is the look that I came up with using this palette, and the palette comes in this gorgeous packaging, guys. It's very sturdy. It's this like faux metallic leather feel packaging. It's very sturdy. It does come with a mirror, which is great for, I guess, like on the go. If you're an artist, I guess there's that option as well, to be able to use the mirror for the looks or to let your clients or whoever you're working with look at themselves. But nonetheless, this palette is really cool. So you have 10 shades, and for each of the shades you have a pomade to powder formula and a powder formula. And the idea behind this palette is that you should be able to use it all over the face. So I actually did use this palette to do my eyebrows and this eye look. I used it on the cheeks and on the lips. So I did record myself using it, and I hope to get to that part of the video. Like, I'll get that part of the video edited down and like show you guys like a demo of this palette. But I did go ahead and do swatches of the palette on my arms so you guys could see the shades, and I will show you on the top. So as you can see, you have like two very similar, like these color duos essentially, where they look very similar, but the top shade is the pomade and the bottom shade is the powder. So I ran out of space, so we're gonna start with essentially the last shade in the palette, which is tourmaline. So we have the pomade and the powder, then we have sandstone, desert, mirage, chiseled, you have sculpted, stone, core, harvest, bark, and then technically tourmaline's back at the top. But as you can see, this is a neutral palette. So those are the shades, and you have a combination of warm and cool tones. So you have a little bit of everything depending on what look you're trying to achieve. And so this one, it took me a while to work with because Danessa Myricks is always doing really interesting and innovative formulas. And I will say that this is not a palette for beginners. If you're just starting out with makeup and you're looking for a good neutral palette, I think this one would be a little bit intimidating for someone who is just starting out with makeup. I think this is geared largely towards makeup artists and severe makeup enthusiasts like myself. I think that, again, if you're looking for something that's more user-friendly, there are tons of options and different price ranges available. I know Patrick Ta came out with a new matte palette. Mario has one that I really like as well. And I know Urban Decay used to have my favorite, which is like the Naked neutral. It was like a neutrals one. It was like a mini palette. They have like the Naked 2 version of that, which is fine and well and everything like that. So ColourPop, all of these different brands have like neutral palettes, matte shades. So this is more for if you're feeling adventurous and exciting. And I think it's a really cool palette. I really, really do. So not to discourage anyone from picking this up, but I do think that if you are looking for something that is foolproof and it's going to get you out the door real quick, this isn't it for you. But if you are looking to do really cool looks with neutral mattes, if you're a makeup artist, if you're looking for someone, if you're looking for something that is multi-use, then this is a really cool palette. I used the shade Core essentially as a blush shade initially, but I went over it with the Yummy Skin blush in I'm sorry, not Prima Donna, that's the other one. I went over it with the Yummy Skin blush in Bellini just to add like a little touch more color because I found like it was orange and I wanted to kind of pull out more, a little bit more kind of like pinkiness in it, I guess. So this is like very, very neutral leaning. I used tourmaline, bit of tourmaline and sculpted and bark, just playing with that to do the brows. So like I said, this look, it took me probably longer than a look would normally take me just because I'm getting used to the formulas. I will probably have to commit some time to watch one of Danessa's tutorials. I know that she's done quite a few tutorials using the palette, and she might have some events and things like that coming up demoing the palette, and she talks about her philosophy behind the palette, which is very, very cool. But I can appreciate that these are really interesting formulas. I think that she's always trying to bring something. When I say she, Danessa is always trying to bring something very innovative and fun and interesting to the makeup world, and I think she thinks in the mindset of makeup artists. I think that this is a really nice base palette for her other products. So with her Color Fix products, this is going to be amazing. With her multi-chrome flakes, you know, so many of her products are so cool. Like I said, it worked really, really nicely. Like I was able to layer this blush on top. I was able to use the shade Harvest with a bit of Mirage as like my lip combo, and all I did was put like a little lip oil on top just to give it a little shine because it is a matte finish. So if you want a little shine, you could use one of her Color Fix glazes, for example, if you wanted to add shine. So all of her products, I think she thinks about how they can play with each other. You could use it alone or together, whatever the case may be. So this palette retails for $65. Do I think that this price is worth it? I do, for the quality of products that you get, but I think you have to know what kind of makeup user you are in order to commit to this particular product. For me, I'm very excited to play with this a little bit more. You can tell like I've already been like digging in here. I just got it yesterday. I couldn't even wait to do like product photos. I think I'm getting past the perfectly curated like Instagram feed. I mean, as fun as that is, I really want to just use my makeup, and I have many times gotten caught up in like I can't use it till I take like a pretty photo of it. But I just was so excited to use this, and I am like really pleasantly surprised with how much I like this look. Tourmaline was just such a really great like eyeliner. Took an angled brush and like I was able to get that really close to the lash line, and then I was able to go in with bark in the waterline and just kind of smoke it out. I think this is going to be really fun for some smoky looks. I'm looking forward to doing more looks like that. But yeah, I think this is really neat, guys. I think it's a really, really fun palette. I think it is really going to be a favorite among makeup artists. I can't wait to see. Oh, and I didn't even mention the fact that I used the shade Bark as like a kind of like a contour. So you can really use this like all over the face. I didn't love it as much for the blush shade, which is why I had to go in with another product for that. But if you're trying to contour your face and you're trying to do like these very chic looks where, you know, you're doing smoky eyes, or you're doing, I'm sure you could do editorial looks with this and just have a lot of fun with it. Really, really cool palette, gorgeous packaging, and I love that it's called Groundwork because not only do you have these earthy names, okay, like sandstone, harvest, bark, like these are like really earthy names, so that's a really cool theme, but the point is that this is foundational and you can build on your look or your client's look using this palette, so from the ground up. So again, I think this was a really nicely thought out product. And is it going to be for everybody? No, but I think it's still really cool. I think a lot of people are going to really enjoy this. Let me know if this is one that you have picked up, if you're interested in this. If you think there's anything different that you would have want to see from Danessa, I'm sure there's going to be more coming out as the holidays approach. This is a really, really cool product, and I'm excited to get more use out of it and use it as a companion palette to some of her other products, especially when I want to extend outside of the mattes and get into some little shimmers. So now that you guys have seen some swatches, let's get into a demo. I'll show you how I got this look. So like I mentioned, it took me a little bit of work to do this look, but I am pretty happy with the final product. I think that as I continue to work with the palette and, you know, do a little bit more research on Danessa's philosophy of the palette and how she uses it, I will get more comfortable with the palette. I think that this is just an easy-ish smoky eye kind of look, like a daytime smoky eye, like a little bit of a daytime glam. You know, I didn't put any lashes or anything like that. I just went in with mascara and, you know, I smoked out the waterline a little bit. But overall, I think one of those things that once I get a little bit more literacy and comfortable with the palette, a look like this will take me a lot less time. And plus the fact that, you know, I did eyebrows, lips, the whole shebang with this palette, just playing around with it and seeing what I thought about it. I'm hoping that I will get a little bit quicker with it because I do plan to try to incorporate this into more of my looks. So that being said, final thoughts on the palette. I think that this is a very interesting release. I think there's a lot of versatility in this palette. I think this will be